So this is the fiberglass model from Lund, just shy of 19 feet. This is also going to be kind of your fish and family combo unit. So, you know, obviously this is a fishing boat number one, but definitely very versatile family boat as well. Whereas the sister or brother of this boat is the 189 Pro V, which is definitely a little bit more fishing hardcore oriented. So a few things that I'll point out initially, which is very, very important. You know, Lund obviously is known for years and years of building aluminum boats. They've now been building fiberglass boats at least 10 years. They've been building them for a long time. They've really come about the last 3 or 4 with some really great products, including this 189. You know, they're kind of hard to come by. They're kind of hard to get because they don't build a lot of them, but if you can get one, they are a pretty premier product, and there is some key differences and key things that are different about it that make it unique from a fiberglass boat perspective. So from a hull perspective, you know, Lund's had the IPS hull for many, many years. They also now basically have the IPS3 version, which is going to be in this boat, fiberglass boat, which basically what's going to happen here is that we've got a very, very deep bow area. Okay, so as we're cutting into waves and you know, hitting impact zones and rougher water, you know, we've got plenty of planing strakes, I believe 3 on each side, plus a spray, molded in spray rail into the fiberglass to make that ride super smooth, make that cushion when you hit that wave coming down, rather than that smack that you would normally see. You're going to get kind of a cushioned area, you know, really, really wide midsection that kind of mellows out to a semi-V. And then as we actually move to the transom area, we're going to see quite a bit of more of a very flat bottom or a very semi-V, but with a super, super wide chine width, which is going to be the bottom width of the boat, to create that side-to-side stability second to none. So we kind of have a combination of the best of all the worlds in this boat. The last thing that I really like that is unique in the fiberglass market, it's going to be tough to show in the video, but the running keel, which is in the center line of the boat, that's going to actually be a pretty defined keel that actually runs the full length of the boat. And what that's going to do for you, it's going to help tracking. It's going to help if you are trolling for fish or something like that. It's going to keep the boat from sliding side to side. And that's a very key feature. Even if you're just tubing or doing something like that, it just makes the boat more stable in the water. It makes the ride better. And it's kind of a difficult thing to manufacture in fiberglass. In an aluminum boat, you just literally just rivet it on and you're good to go. On fiberglass, in order to make that piece strong enough, it is a tricky thing. But Lund's had that for the whole time that they've been building these fiberglass boats. So very unique ride. The other last thing I'll talk about on the ride and the quality, and we do have a video, I believe it's of the 189 Pro V model, but it also it's literally the same running surface. So if you watch that video on the running surface, you can kind of get an idea for how the boat rides. But we're also going to see, because the boat's so wide up here in the front and the way they designed the hull, your spray line normally in most boats is kind of up in here where the spray starts to come up. On the Lund, it's going to be shifted back a little bit, makes the boat drier, makes the boat easier to use. And since this is a family boat, you definitely want a dry boat. So let's take a look inside. Okay, we moved into the cockpit of the 189 Tyee from Lund. First thing I'm going to notice right now, because I've been standing out in the sun for a few hours filming these videos, is that we've got a nice sport top with good sun protection. Pretty much covers all 4 people in the middle of the cockpit here. You can still fish off the transom if you have it up. Obviously, if you're in rougher weather, you can put this center section down and create some closure there. So a really nice feature that's going to be included on this model. We're talking about basically a 19-foot boat here. So it's not a 22-footer, it's not a 21-footer. However, I look at the amount of space here that we have behind the windshield, and I look at the couple jump seats that we have in the back here, and this is just a ton of space for this size boat. Lund is really good at utilizing that. So, even when I sit here, I've got ample leg room to do whatever I want. Grab handle, nice little, fit and finish on the storage compartment here on the side for towels or other tie downs or something you want to get to really quickly and easily. We do have a center lined live well here, which is pretty slick. Obviously, we've got seats on the other side, and then of course storage underneath both. I also like here, we've got the ski tow bar mount in the middle, so we can easily use this boat for skiing, which most people will. And then this rear deck, even though it is smaller, it is fishable, especially when we consider the fact that these splash wells, they've kind of taken away the splash well and created additional deck space. We've got the boarding ladder on the other side that when it's not deployed is even actually when it is deployed and you flip the cover down, you still have a full accessing deck. So really good space utilization back here. I also like, because of the way this is a fiberglass boat, you kind of see the lines, this boat kind of curves downward as we move this way. Me sitting here right now, it's actually a good elbow comfort point where, to be honest, a lot of the other boats, I'm kind of sitting up here like this and I kind of have to keep my arm in here, but this is actually a real comfortable seat to have my hand on the fiberglass. Even on a hot day like today, it's not, it's still not too warm. It's actually comfortable to lay my hand on this like this. So really a comfortable seat back here. Overall, just the space and the fit and finish of the cockpit is really stellar. Let's move up to the center here. Okay, we moved it over to the consoles now. We've got the port side console, nice big glove box like we're used to seeing in Lund, purses, cell phones, whatever you need to get there. A couple little other storage spots here down lower. Nice little anti-skid here for knickknacks and other things. The driver's side, I really like a lot. You've got traditional gauge package, a tilt wheel. You've got a spot over there to the right where you can mount a pretty large fish finder unit, whatever you want over there, which is kind of slick. Everything's easy to see, easy to control. Overall, just a nicely laid out console. The other thing I'll point out with the depth of this boat is that we do see, especially in the cockpit middle area before it starts tapering off to the transom, it is a very, very deep cockpit. So if you've got family, if you've got kids, it's definitely a comfortable, deep cockpit, but it's not so deep that it's hard to fish out of. So it's kind of the best of both worlds by having this be a little bit deeper than maybe some other models, or certainly some hardcore fishing models, to have a little bit more protection, but at the same time still being fishable. So and also from a fishing perspective, obviously rod storage is super important. All right, and we open this puppy up and we've got 6 rods. We don't have that huge rod locker like we would on the Pro V glass that has 15 rods, but we do have a 6 rod holders here, one level. It kind of creates that bow rider feel by kind of having that little small step up to the bow. And then, this boat has a very, very roomy bow. You can also see that we've got the cushion package here, which is very common, that we're going to have included on our boats as well. Actually have a wraparound cushion panel on the side, so somebody can sit in there very comfortably. A nice stainless steel grab handle, and anybody who's sitting up there, whether it be kids or whatever, can feel comfortable. And then, if you do put a bow mount trolling motor on, you've got a big flush mount area to mount a very large graph. I think you can go at least up to 9 inches on the graph there, and obviously pre-wired and set up for trolling motors. Thanks for checking out the Lund 189 Tyee with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information, to view additional videos, visit buckeyesportscenter.com, visit our YouTube page, subscribe to that. Also be sure to check out the video that we posted that is of the 189 Pro V. However, the ride quality and everything like that will be identical on this 189 Tyee. So make sure to check that video out where we actually have some on-water footage of the boat running. So thanks again for joining us, and thanks for watching.